I want y'all to really think about this for a second. She sat there at her baby shower, right? And she watched people eat her baby.
The relationship between Ken Urker and Gypsy Rose Blanchard seems to have hit rock bottom, with growing signs indicating they've gone their separate ways. What's more, Ken's behavior during Gypsy's baby shower raised eyebrows, not just for being distant, but for outright embarrassing her and her family. Observers couldn't help but notice his lack of interest and emotional detachment, fueling speculation that their relationship might be over. Let's dive into what happened and why this baby shower may have been the tipping point in their relationship. The baby shower was meant to be a joyous occasion, a chance for Gypsy and Ken to celebrate the arrival of their baby and showcase their bond as a couple, but it was far from that. Ken barely looked like he wanted to be there. His disinterest was palpable, plain and simple. If you look at the photos and videos, the signs are undeniable. He didn't sit close to Gypsy, didn't engage with her, and barely interacted with anyone in a meaningful way. Instead, he seemed like he was just counting the minutes until he could leave. This wasn't just awkward, it was humiliating. Imagine being surrounded by loved ones to celebrate a milestone, only for your partner to act like a stranger. Ken's body language practically screamed, "I'm here because I have to be."
How disturbing is that? She sat there and watched people lick and drool all over her baby's face. I can't. I mean, who does that? I can't even. It's so disturbing.
Now let's talk about the setup of the event. The decorations were shockingly uninspired, no creativity, no energy, no effort. The backdrop looked like someone hastily grabbed a bedsheet and a few pillows, slapping it together without much thought. It didn't even manage to cover the TV in the background. For an event celebrating new life, it felt more like a rushed dorm party. Compare that to their gender reveal party, which was carefully planned, joyful, and showcased Ken's involvement. Back then, Gypsy glowed with happiness, and the event exuded excitement for their future together. This baby shower, however, told a completely different story, one of disconnection and indifference. Even the lackluster decorations seemed to mirror the state of their relationship. Ken's demeanor during the event only made things worse. He wasn't smiling, wasn't mingling with guests, and certainly wasn't supporting Gypsy as one might expect from a soon-to-be father. His attitude felt more like a message, whether intentional or not, that he wasn't invested. From his lack of effort to his visible detachment, everything about his presence screamed obligation, not love.
Guys, I can't even. I mean, what? Did Lifetime not cut a check for another party? That was absolutely the poorest excuse for a baby shower I've ever seen. I mean, the dollar store, dude, the dollar store. You could have just went there and did better than that whole circus you put on. I mean, the backdrop, guys, 2 pillows and a bed sheet for the backdrop. That looks like the sheet you consummated your affair on. Hanging in the back with the pillows didn't even cover the television. Don't.
The combination of Ken's attitude, the lack of effort in the decorations, and their apparent disconnect paints a troubling picture. Love and excitement can't be faked, especially at an event as significant as a baby shower. Ken's behavior wasn't just awkward, it was deeply embarrassing for Gypsy. If they're still together, it seems to be by the thinnest of threads. But let's be honest, this baby shower felt like a public declaration that they're over. Adding to the drama are recent claims from Nina, a well-regarded source known for her accurate reporting. Nina disclosed that Ken and Gypsy have allegedly broken up, with their split being filmed by Lifetime as part of an ongoing series. Given Nina's reputation and the likelihood that her sources are bound by non-disclosure agreements, her revelations carry significant weight. This suggests that Gypsy and Ken are allegedly under contractual obligations that prevent them from publicly addressing sensitive developments in their relationship. Due to these agreements, neither Gypsy nor her family can confirm or deny the separation, as doing so could breach their contract with Lifetime, which holds exclusive rights to document and reveal these events. This explains their silence and denials, likely aimed at preserving the narrative Lifetime wants to present. The fact that this information was leaked points to someone with insider access, possibly tied to the production or close to the couple. Nina's report, combined with her track record of accuracy, adds credibility to these claims, as this doesn't appear to be random speculation. Nina also mentioned that Christy, who may be a family member or insider, is upset, further supporting the idea that there's truth behind these rumors. It's hard to dismiss the consistent details of filming, insider frustrations, and relationship issues as mere fabrications. Moreover, Lifetime might be amplifying or even orchestrating some of this drama for the series' storyline.
Don't even get me started on the buffet. The slop is served, people. And the dress. What was she wearing? That dress looked like a doily that was on my great aunt's coffee table. In fact, it looked like a piece of the backdrop that she used and just threw it together and made a dress. Here she is, acting like some kind of celebrity, and then she goes and puts a party on like that? Yeah, a celebrity you are not. Just saying, there's that.
Consider their highly publicized trips to Disneyland and the Golden Gate Bridge. These events were likely planned and recorded meticulously to maximize viewer engagement. A dramatic portrayal of a relationship unraveling would undoubtedly attract more attention, aligning with Lifetime's goal of creating compelling television. Now, let's turn to the baby shower itself, a supposed milestone for Gypsy and Ken. Instead of feeling celebratory, the event came off as hollow and staged, raising serious questions about their relationship. Starting with the invitations, the event was advertised as Gypsy and Ken's baby shower, implying a joint celebration. However, the sign at the actual event simply read, Gypsy's baby shower. Was this an oversight, or a subtle signal that Ken wasn't genuinely part of the day or their future together? Ken's demeanor at the event was equally puzzling. Guests and viewers noticed his lack of enthusiasm, detachment, and minimal interaction with Gypsy and her family. There was no joy or meaningful participation from him. Was he attending because he wanted to, or was his presence contractually obligated since Lifetime was filming? The contrast between Gypsy's language in her posts is also telling. She frequently uses phrases like me and my baby, while avoiding inclusive terms like our baby or our family. This shift in wording is subtle yet significant. Why frame this as a solo journey instead of a shared one? Adding fuel to the speculation is the infamous TikTok unfollow-refollow incident. Gypsy briefly unfollowed Ken, only to follow him back shortly after. Was this a moment of frustration, or was it a deliberate act to send a message? Perhaps she refollowed him to avoid public scrutiny and curb the growing rumors. Either way, it highlights the instability of their relationship.
So many people have been talking about the relationship between Gypsy Rose and Ken. You know, are they going to make it? Is Ken looking happy? Is there fights going on between the two of them? Like, you know, what's going on? And this is my take on that. I do not believe that their relationship is going to make it, and I'm going to tell you why. A solid, honest relationship needs to be based on just that. Honesty, trust. You need to be able to trust your partner.
It's worth noting how different Gypsy's previous social media presence was. She used to celebrate milestones with Ken and frequently included him in posts, presenting a united front to the public. So, why the sudden shift? The change in tone, combined with Ken's behavior and the baby shower's lackluster execution, speaks volumes. It's clear that their relationship is far from stable, and if they're still together, cracks in their partnership are becoming impossible to ignore. Ken's disappearance from Gypsy's social media has left many wondering if their relationship is over and if she's subtly transitioning to a new narrative, one where she embraces life as a single mother. Gypsy's recent announcement about stepping back from social media for her mental health and to focus on her baby adds another layer of mystery. While her reasoning seems straightforward, could it also be a strategic move to avoid addressing questions about Ken? Perhaps this is her way of quietly moving forward without openly acknowledging a breakup. When you connect the dots, the signs are increasingly clear. Ken's absence from her posts, the shift in her tone, and her growing focus on independence all suggest that Gypsy has accepted he's no longer in the picture. Whether intentional or not, her social media now reflects the story of a woman preparing to move forward on her own. For those following her, the change has been hard to miss. It comes right on the heels of separation rumors, which Ken's behavior at the baby shower only seemed to confirm. Take, for instance, her language in recent posts. She's been emphasizing her journey and her baby, avoiding inclusive terms like our family or our future. This subtle yet consistent shift speaks volumes, signaling that she may already see herself as independent from Ken. Her online presence feels like a quiet announcement, a way of telling the world the relationship is over without explicitly saying the words.
However, the relationship between Gypsy and Ken is all based on dishonesty, cheating, lies, all of it. And so a relationship is not going to make it when you base it off of all of that. Their relationship started under a lie, in a cheating situation.
And then there's the peculiar incident with Ken's dog. On the same day as the baby shower, his dog went missing. At first glance, it might seem like unfortunate timing, but it feels oddly symbolic. Instead of being fully present for what should have been a major milestone, Ken's focus was divided. His attention wasn't on Gypsy, the baby, or the event, it was on finding his dog. While losing a pet is undoubtedly stressful, the timing here stands out, almost as if it mirrors his overall detachment from the relationship. Even on a day meant to celebrate their shared future, Ken's priorities seemed scattered. This moment encapsulates the larger issue. Ken appears emotionally and physically checked out. The missing dog, while seemingly minor, is another indication that he's not fully invested anymore. At the baby shower itself, Ken wasn't just distant, he was absent in every way that mattered. There were no smiles, no loving gestures, and no effort to connect with Gypsy or even feign excitement about the baby. He sat there like someone who didn't want to be there, and it was painfully obvious to everyone. For those who've seen the photos and videos, the disconnect is undeniable. The baby shower, which should have been a joyful celebration, instead highlighted just how strained their relationship has become. From his lack of engagement to the chaotic timing of the missing dog, Ken's actions, or lack thereof, send a loud and clear message. He's already distanced himself, leaving Gypsy to face the future alone. Whether intentional or not, the science suggests the relationship is all but over. A man invested in his relationship doesn't act like this. Even if there were tension behind the scenes, Ken could have at least made an effort for Gypsy's sake. But he didn't. He couldn't even fake it. His cold, detached demeanor wasn't just awkward, it was downright humiliating for Gypsy. Imagine inviting your closest friends and family to celebrate a significant milestone, only for your partner to behave as if he'd rather be anywhere else. That's not just disengagement. It's a clear signal that he's done. For Ken to act this way, and at such a meaningful public event, speaks volumes. Whatever connection they once shared seems to have evaporated. His behavior went beyond disinterest. It was a deliberate message, one that couldn't have been louder. This relationship is over. Think back to their gender reveal. At that time, Ken and Gypsy seemed completely in sync. They held hands, smiled, and genuinely appeared excited about their future together. It was a moment filled with love, energy, and hope. Fast forward to the baby shower, and it felt like we were looking at two completely different people. The warmth and connection were gone. Ken stood distant, barely interacting with Gypsy or the event itself. His presence was so checked out, it was as though he was counting the minutes until he could leave. This baby shower wasn't a celebration. It felt more like the public unraveling of a relationship that was already on shaky ground, its cracks magnified by public scrutiny and internal conflict. Ken's actions didn't just embarrass Gypsy, they exposed the truth behind the facade. What was once a picture of love and partnership now seems like a strained connection that has finally reached its breaking point. And there you have it. What should have been a joyful celebration turned into a public display of disconnect. Ken's actions at the baby shower, combined with his absence from Gypsy's social media and her shift in tone, paint a clear picture. Whatever bond they once shared seems to have unraveled, leaving Gypsy to step forward on her own. What do you think about all of this? Was Ken's behavior a sign of deeper issues, or is there more going on behind the scenes? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more updates on this story and other trending topics. Until next time, stay tuned.